Yes, when you see the Discovery or the Geographic channels, the National Geographic, you will see these whales. They take out their tails and they breathe and they leave out air from the hole on top of their head, which gushes out water. And when it's in the water, it just picks up its tail to show that I am here. They can understand quite a lot of things. So you have to see the videos on about the whale in the Geographic channel. They'll give you total information. They pick up their whale 40 feet high and then they flash it in the water. Then they go inside and you won't be able to know where they are. And they swim around again. They'll come up from which side you don't know. They'll pick up your boat and throw it away. So they are quietly. They have put up the paddles. Which you paddle with the water. You make noise. If you make noise, they'll come to know you are there. Water sound travels in water also. So they come to know that something is happening. They get that essence that someone is going to come to catch us or harm us. So he tells his boys, just say, be whispering, just whisper, don't use your paddles or any oars. It should quietly be sailing to that point where he is. And the stub is standing at the front of his ship, of his boat, which is called gunwales. The front part of the boat where you stand in the picture, you will see stub is standing in the front part. And he's guiding, he's smoking his pipe and smoke is coming out and he's guiding his people. He's cheering them up, come on, let's go, we have to go. Then when they saw the whale throwing up his tail and the water, then they say, come on, he himself is making noise. Now no problem, we know where he is. Let's go, starter, let's make it fast. He's encouraging his guys to row the boat faster. Woohoo, wahi, screamed Tash in reply, raising some old war cry to the skies. As every oarsman in the strained boat involuntarily bounced forward with one tremendous leading stroke with the eager Indian gave. That Indian is not this Indian, they are red Indians from America. But his wild screams were answered by others quite as wild. Ki he, yelled Dagu, straining towards and backwards on his seat like a pacing tiger in his cage. Kala Kulu, howled Queen Queg, as if smacking his lips over a mouthful of steak. And thus, with oars and yells, the keels cut the sea. Meanwhile, Stubb, retaining his place in the boat, still encouraged his men to onset, all the white puffing the smoke from his mouth. Like desperadoes, they tugged and they strained till the welcome cry was heard. Stand up, Shatego! Give it to him! The harpoon was hurled. Stern all! The oarsmen backed water. The same moment something went hot and hissing along everyone in their wrists. It was the magical line. Now they're all cheering up themselves. You make sound, Cho, come on, cheer, let's do it. Yes, they are rowing. They have to, when you are rowing in the sea, you have to pump up yourself, because that's the only way you can travel into that. And the captains are there. There are in charges of the boat. In every boat, there are people in charge of shouting and screaming and yelling. They are a tribe of the Indian tribe of America, and they are called Indians, Red Indians. They are shouting and showing that they are reaching to that place. Come on, pull, and they are all working hard on it and keep on cheering their guys to be faster. Like desperados. Desperados are those tough men, they don't think about lawless people. They don't think twice. They are danger people. They'll go whatever it is. And suddenly, the boat is moving like a shark, into the water. Like a fin stays in the water, a shark fin goes in the water speeding. The stubs are the place where it is said here, keels. Keels is the lower part of the boat, the lower portion of the boat which touches the water. It goes like a spear, knife, it cuts through the water. So the boat is going, increasing its speed. Uh, Suddenly they tugged and they all strained and they stopped back and they said, "Stern all," means they stopped steering the boat. They stopped there and the harpoon was there and they hit the harpoon. And when they hit the harpoon and they want to check and they stopped, and at the same moment something went hot hissing along every one of the wrists. The harpoon was hit. That means when the rope is being pulled, on the harpoon there's a rope, isn't it, for the fish to be pulled in again. So it's going on a high speed. It's just crushing through the hand, the wrists. That means the fish has got it. It's got stuck in the fish and the fish is now freeing. It was that magical line. The boat now flew through the boiling water like a shark, all fins. Stub and shago were changed places. Stem or stern, stem to stern, stem to stern. Stem to stern is thoroughly or completely. Cleaving is splitting or dividing. Stem to stern, he's saying thoroughly or completely. Come on, hold on to the boat. So now the boat is being pulled, the fish is pulling them out. A staggering business truly in the rocking commotion. Be strong, hold it completely, don't let go of the string. Now you have to hold that rope. From the vibrating line extending the entire length of the upper part of the boat, and from its now being more tight than a harp string, you would have thought the craft had two keels on one cleaving. What are the keels? The boat. Now they are saying the boat is being pulled on high speed. The rope is there in the boat, and both the boats are being pulled together. So now they are saying that he was saying, hold on to your boats. You should not, they are trying to keep them on the boat. From the vibrating line extending the entire length of the upper part of the boat, and from now it's from you now and from it's now being more tight than a harp string. It's become tight, that means fish is there, fish is going around, they're holding it tight than a harp string. You play the harp or a guitar string which is very tight, it's like that. It's become tensed. You would have thought the craft had two keels. Two keels means two parts of the boat at the same moment. It's being pulled, both the boats are being pulled in. As the boat churned through both opposing elements at once. The water on the other air, the water, the other air, the other air, as the boat churned on through but both opposing elements at once. Thus they rushed, each man with a might and main clinging to his seat. Oh my God, it's a huge story, dangerous. To prevent being tossed to the foam, whole Atlantics and Pacifics seemed past as they shot their way till at length the whale somewhat slackened his flight. What happens is that when you do fishing also, what happens is when the fish takes the bait, it tries to go around. When it sees that I've got stuck, I've got attacked, it swims like anything. It will try to flee. Go this side, it will go that side, it will turn you around, it will pull your string. So you have to let go. If you hold it, either it will break the string or you will be pulled in if it's a big fish. So it's like that. They are holding on to the rope. See the boat, two boats are hitting each other. One boat is, and fish will go this side, that side, and the boat is also turning around, up and down in the foam. It's like a turbulence it's happening in the water. But after some time, the fish is going to stop. So we are going to keep it till here today. Okay? Till slackened his flight. Today is the 3rd of August. So the fish is turning around, and suddenly it will get tired. When the fish gets tired, then you have to slowly pull. Even while pulling, again it takes, till it's there in the water and it's not totally tired, you cannot pick out a fish from the water. It's very tough if it's a big fish. Okay, so that's what it is all about. So it's quite interesting. I'll come with the total information of Moby Dick in the next class, and I'll explain you actually what happened and what was the story all about. Okay, so you do your homeworks, please. Of the last chapter which we did was penguins, another pair of eyes, the amazing penguin rescue. You will do that homework you were supposed to do, and you were supposed to do also homework of oh yes, that you have already done, maybe sir had given you. So no issues, you do the homework of another pair of eyes which I had explained to you. Okay, the moral tales, you must have done that homework, and this homework is there, penguins. Please do these both the homeworks. Let me see what I can do and post up for you on a PDF file. Okay, so till then, take care, be good, stay safe, and be happy, and study, and take care of yourselves. Respect your parents. Bye bye.